On today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a cascading flounce sleeve tutorial. So here it is on the left. First thing we're going to do is to draft the basic sleeve block. You already know how to do that. Because I'm working with a long sleeve, I'm going to make it about 23 to 24 inches because of the sewing allowance that we're going to attach on the base. Then we're going to come down by 5 inches or 5.5 inches for the bicep line, then connect with a slanted line, and after connecting like so, we'll go ahead to draft the upper part of the sleeve. So at this point, I believe that if you've been following my sleeve tutorials, you already know how to draft a basic sleeve block. So the important thing is that you just go ahead to draft a basic sleeve block. And after drafting the basic sleeve block, now this is not going to have any form of gathers. That's something you need to know. Like the slanted line, we divide it into 4 equal parts. On the first one, we'll go up by 0.75. On the last one, we'll go down by 0.5 inches. Cross it through the second one, then connect it to the last one, and now we have our armhole curve. Make sure that this armhole curve sits directly on the armhole. So next we're marking the elbow line because we want it to be a fitted sleeve. So we'll mark the elbow line, put the elbow measurement plus the sewing allowance measurement on the elbow. Then we also come down to the wrist area to mark and connect the wrist. Sorry, I didn't use my ruler for this connection, so it's looking a little bit rough, but either way you get the point, right? So I always like to label my sleeves very well. I have a center fold and I have my arrow pointing upwards so that we can know that the sleeve has to face upwards. So we just go ahead to cut through this particular sleeve like so. It's our basic sleeve block, you see. So after cutting it, for the upper area, we're going to split it into some parts. It doesn't matter the number of areas that you're splitting it into, so I'm just going to use my ruler as my gauge. So I'm going to split it into some parts. So if you're new to my channel, please show some love, like my channel, check out the playlist for different kinds of sleeves, blouses, skirts. I teach a lot of fashion business tips on this channel as well. So now I have marked my slash lines on the sleeve. I'm going to go ahead to label them so that I don't get them mixed up if at all it eventually gets cut. So now we're starting from the center point of the sleeve to cut through the sleeve. So we're going to start from the center point of the sleeve and we are getting to the edge of the sleeve. Okay, so you can see how it's looking. Make sure you do your slash and spread very well. So this part is the slash and spread part. So we've already slashed and we're going over to spread. Remember, we started from the center part of the sleeve towards the armhole area of the sleeve. So if it's not spreading well, it simply shows one thing. It shows that you haven't slashed very well. So you're slashing as if you want to cut through, but you're not actually cutting through. So we're going to place another paper underneath this to spread it the way we want to spread it actually. So you can see how it's looking. Also note where our center fold is. Also note where our side fold is. So add your side sewing allowance if you haven't added it already. Usually I like to add it already on my pattern so that everything goes on well and I don't have to stress through adding it on the fabric. Okay, so now we're going to spread it out on this beautiful new pattern paper. So you're going to spread it out. You can either use gum or you can use pins to pin it together. So either way, whichever one works for you, go ahead and use it. There's no hard and fast rule about it. Always make sure that you leave enough allowance on the sides depending on how wide and how long you want the flare to be. For me, in my own case, I wanted the length of my flare to be 7, but thinking about it now, I should have used 5. 5 would have made it shorter, looked more beautiful and more classy. So you can just go ahead and use 5. But if you want a more decent look, like you want it to be longer, like a longer flare, you know, like normal flare now, you want it to be longer, you can just go ahead and use 7 to cover you up more. But if you want it to be slightly exposed, look more classy, just go ahead and use 5. So now we're slashing it open and we are inserting 2 inches in between each of the layers. We're inserting 2 inches in between each of the layers. It mustn't be 2 in your own case. It can be smaller. It all depends on how big or how wide you want the flare to be. Okay, so when we're done with this, we're also going to add our sewing allowance around the curves because we are going to attach it here. And then so now we're done marking this. Next thing we're going to do is to mark our height. So we're going to mark the height of the flare. Remember, the sleeve, it's like it started as a flare up and down there it's all fitted. So I extended by going up by 7 inches. You can extend by going up by 5 inches instead. Now remember, this is the armhole area, so I had to mark up the armhole curve and then extend from the part where it stopped. That's the extension I was talking about. If you want it to cover you very well, 7 is just perfect. But if you want a more classy, beautiful look, you can just go ahead and use 5 inches, 4 inches, whatever it is works for you. Just go ahead and use it. Just consider it to be the length of your flare. So I'm adding a sewing allowance of 1/2 inch for illustration purposes, so you can go ahead to add whatever it is you want to add. Go ahead to add whatever it is you want to add. Then you can add your sewing allowance on the center fold area. Please, it is very, 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 very important that you add your sewing allowance on this particular area, knowing fully well that you are also going to stitch the center fold area. So it's no longer going to be folded, you're going to stitch it. So please do not ignore it. Make sure you add your sewing allowance and connect it like so. All right, so this is going to be in pieces. The center fold area is going to be in pieces. The only place that is going to be on fold is the upper area, which is the flare area. Every other part is going to be in pieces. So now we're going to go ahead to cut it through on the pattern, then we'll cut it through on the fabric. We'll take it to the sewing machine and you can see the beauty that we're going to have eventually. So if you're new to my channel, do well to hit the subscribe button. You can share this video so that others can learn too. You can also check other videos in my sleeve series. I have a lot of amazing sleeves on this channel, and we also have more videos on the blouse series, the skirt series, sewing machine series, fashion business, so much more. Okay, so here's our fabric. You need a slightly flowing piece of fabric. You don't exactly need a stiff fabric, except you want to make it soft somehow, but you need something that flows to get this particular effect. Just like I told you, every other part is going to be in pieces except the center piece that's going to be on a fold. So you're going to pin it like so, and then you're going to cut through. Remember, this inner curved area is still your armhole area. Even though it's curved now and it's not looking anything like your armhole area, remember it's going to sit into your armhole area. So we're going to go ahead to cut. After cutting, we'll take off our pins and then we'll take it to the sewing machine. Because I added sewing allowance of only 1/2 inch, I'm going to stitch it with 1/2 inch only. So you can see I'll stitch this area with 1/2 inch. So on that center area, you're going to stitch it up until the point where you want the opening to be. Because I'm using this for illustration areas, I didn't cut anything for the lining, but if I was cut anything for the lining, the upper part is going to be cut with the main fabric, because the main fabric will be showing. That's the interfacing of the main fabric will be showing, and the down part can just be with normal cotton lining. So we'll take this to the sewing machine and stitch, and we're going to wear it on a mannequin. So this is what it looks like after stitching and ironing. You can still see our folded area. We have our armhole area. We're going to stitch it onto a dress, and after stitching it up, it's going to look just so good, so classy, so beautiful. You can follow up this channel for more. Bye.